This is the war behind the war. Former U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt once wrote, "In strict confidence, I should welcome almost any war, for I think this country needs one." Many and diverse are the reasons for war, and rarely are the truest reasons publicly espoused by the politicians who rattle their sabers to the maddened throng. Politicians have learned to coin phrases that boil the blood or steer the pulse, but these are emotional, not rational spurs to battle. Behind this public performance, out of the light and roar of the crowd, the thinkers sit and quietly plot great wars and social conflict for real, not emotional or imaginary profits and the acquisition of greater wealth. For months, this commentator has been seeking evidence of such meetings, but to little avail until now. While perusing an article from the liberal newspaper The Guardian of September 2002, the London Journal reported a meeting of the Royal Institute of International Affairs. It was composed of leading oil executives, Iraqi exiles, and of course, international legal experts. The title of the closed-door confab, quote, "Invading Iraq, Dangers and Opportunities for the Energy Sector," unquote. One attendee summed up the day's events with the following quip: "Who gets the oil?" And there it is. The one-time Iraqi Deputy Oil Minister, Taha Hamoud Musa, speaking before the current conflict ripened, told reporters in an interview that the nation had a potential yield of 300 billion barrels of oil when all of Iraq's regions are explored. If Western oil interests can get their hands on those reserves, which were lost when Iraq nationalized their fields in 1972, they expect to be able to produce some 8 million barrels a day within 10 years. The math answers a lot of questions. 8 million barrels at $30 a barrel, 365 days a year, and you're looking at 87.6 billion with a B a year. For British and American oilmen, this is just too much to resist. A war, hell, they'll fight 10 wars if need be. Well, not fight exactly, but get others to fight. This is a war for profit writ large. This is a real bling-bling. Many years ago, in Philadelphia, a man was arrested in a seedy part of town after a woman escaped what was described as a den of horrors. That man, who clearly was mentally deranged, had locked up, chained, tortured, and killed a number of women in his basement. When a flashy Philadelphia criminal defense lawyer took his case, some reporters asked him why he took it, given the grisly nature of it. The lawyer flashed a toothy smile and quipped, "I've got 100,000 reasons to." He is referring to the fact that the man, while deranged, was also a skillful stock investor and had garnered several $100,000 in dividends from trading. You want to know the real reasons for this showdown with Saddam, countdown to Baghdad, and the like? It is not because, as the president blithely suggests, Saddam is a bad man, nor is it because Saddam tried to kill my daddy. It's not because the people of Iraq live under a cruel dictator and we got to bring them some democracy. The Middle East has no shortage of dictators, some of whom are America's staunchest allies. It's not because Iraq has used chemical weapons against its own people. The Turks, members of NATO and provisionally the EU, are ruthless when it comes to the Kurds, who may not speak their mother tongue nor wear their national colors for fear of government persecution. The U.S. campaign for human rights conveniently ignores Turkey's brutal suppression of their Kurdish minority and the imprisonment of Kurdish political prisoners, like Leyla Zana, the first Kurdish woman elected to the Turkish parliament. One of her charges was she was wearing accessories of yellow, green, and red, or traditional Kurdish colors. She is one of 4 Kurdish legislators imprisoned under such ridiculous charges. But the Bush regime is mum. You want to know the real reason for the war in Iraq? They've got 87.6 billion reasons. Oil. From death row, this is Mumia Abu-Jamal.